Much like the SCOTUS leaker, much like additional information into the Las Vegas shooter, we will never know whose cocaine that was at the White House. I know, right? With all of the cameras, one of the most secure places on the planet, home of the president, home of many of the negotiations that are pertinent to the United States of America. We just don't know how a bag of hard drugs was not but feet away from the Oval Office. Never going to figure that one out. No, of course not, because if you ended up finding the culprit, well, you'd have to have a very awkward conversation with the first family. But it is what it is. Veteran feds cry foul on White House cocaine probe. This is a cover-up. The conclusion of an 11-day Secret Service probe that failed to find which White House staff member or visitor left cocaine in the West Wing. Looks like a whitewash, former federal investigator told the Post Thursday. No, they would know, okay? They have the ability and the tenacity to continue to track down and find people that were there on January 6th at the Capitol building, but they couldn't find who dropped a bag of coke at the White House. Like, come on, man, come on. Make it less obvious next time. This is a cover-up. How can they say they have no leads? And just follow the lines, I guess. It is restricted area, and they have a logbook. You don't have to be Columbo to figure out who was there. Exactly. It's like everybody who just, has a regular signature. Maybe it's a little difficult to suss out, and that's why you print your name next to it. But then the guy who's got the old jittery handwriting, and maybe it's a little bit smudged. Oh, I don't know. Maybe you check there. But like I said, a little bit too close to home in this situation. Suppose it was anthrax. Yeah, the sludge that's anthrax, because if you try to make it a powder, it's not exactly that effective. Just ask Colin Powell. He knew when he brought that vial to the UN. We have a tale of two countries. Another former Fed said they identified hundreds of people who were at the Capitol building on January 6th after an extensive investigation, but they don't know who left something in an 8x10 room in the White House. Yeah. The Secret Service conducted its inquiry Thursday without identifying a suspect, citing a lack of physical evidence. Wait, were the security cameras just magically not working that night? Was there an Epstein on the premises? Like, come on. After FBI forensic testing yielded no fingerprints and insufficient DNA evidence. Oh my fucking... Just run the fucking tapes back, you idiots. No physical evidence. The investigation will not be able to single out a person of interest from the hundreds of individuals who passed through the vestibule where the cocaine was discovered. No, it was apparently found in a different location, but you continue to run through with that statement. The cocaine was discovered July 2nd, by an agent in a storage locker inside the West Wing's basement entrance, one floor above the Oval Office and just feet from the Situation Room. Because so much sensitive material passes through that area, no cameras are focused there. Come on. Again, it just sounds all too perfect. And were this unusable, to pick up footage of the culprit depositing the white powdery substance in one of the vestibule 182 lockers, a source familiar with the investigation confirmed to the Post. Sure thing, pal. Republicans on the Oversight Committee were briefed on the investigation's findings Thursday morning, and less than a gram of cocaine entered the building without being detected, and roughly 500 potential suspects were identified. Oh, okay, cool. Of that 500 potential suspects, everybody that's on that list, who has the initials HB? I'm just wondering if there's anybody on that list that fits that description. The FBI probed hundreds of suspects in the wake of the events of January 6, 2021, with more than 1,000 indicted on federal charges, but couldn't suss through 500 prospective individuals to find who brought a powdery substance into the White House. Okay. But the Secret Service did not pursue any potential subjects in the drug probe. No, that's totally fine. We're not going to go ahead and do that. But we're just going to go ahead and try to lock up a whistleblower for 10 plus years. We're just going to try to throw a former president and one of the leading candidates for the presidency in jail for upwards of 50 years. Don't worry about it. We just go ahead and stand by the motto of the Biden White House that nobody is above the law. Frustrating congressional Republicans. Yeah, like this professional fucking drama queen. Fuck MTG. She's just such a fucking bitch. My question to them was, have they drug tested the list of 500 potential subjects or suspects that brought an illegal substance or cocaine, or a drug or cocaine into the White House. You understand that cocaine passes through the system exceptionally quickly, so that'd be totally retarded at this point of time. I think it's like 3 days and it's out of your system. It's something very, very quick. Then again, I'd be surprised if MTG could produce a high school certificate. She's not a very bright woman. You can tell me in the White House with 24/7 surveillance, the cubbyhole of the Situation Room, that they don't know who delivered it there. House Speaker Kevin McCarthy told Fox News, we should get an answer to the question. Yeah, it's almost like you're in control of Congress, and you should be, well, at least the House of Representatives, you and Chuck Schumer, who you will go ahead and bend over and grab your ankles for, could get to an investigation, because you would think the security of, all of these elected officials, these hallowed halls, is fairly important, right? And you'd want to understand the security breach, because the next time it might not be nose candy, right? It just seems to me that America today anything involving Biden Inc. gets treated differently than anything else that shouldn't be the case. Well, hey man, you hold all the cards. Start to play them. Every time there's something strange going on in President Biden or his family, or anything regarding the administration of the White House, no one can ever seem to find the answer. Oh, another turncoat, Nancy Mace. Fuck her as well. This is one of the most secure locations in the world. Some of the best law enforcement officers in the world. Okay, let's not fucking glaze them too hard. And they don't have any answers. No West Wing tours beyond this point, except for if you have some cocaine and, hunters in the area. Cocaine forced a brief evacuation on the evening of July 2nd, and the DC Fire and EMS hazmat team descended on the executive mansion to conduct preliminary tests for dangerous substances. An initial test found cocaine, and the FBI lab later confirmed the results. But yeah, no, it's all fine, right? The president had departed the White House 2 days earlier and to spend the weekend before Independence Day at Camp David, so the exact same day, along with first son Hunter Biden, who we've seen all of those videos from when they were watching all of the fireworks on the ellipsis, where it's like, wow, everything's great, and we're all fine. I just need to go inside the house real quick, it'll be great. And you've seen Jill Biden just, acknowledge a situation and just stare forward, that fucking enabling bitch. Hunter agreed last month to plead guilty to tax misdemeanors, plans to enter into a diversion program for lying about abusing drugs when purchasing a firearm, and illegal disposal, like outside of an elementary school. We don't need to go through all the specifics. He's like, big sorry, I guess, or something. So, you know what? Hey, man, it's not like there's something that could happen, in a very similar situation. Oh, wait, cocaine, not the only drug found in the White House. Secret Service says, what did they get, the crispy variety? Or if you got cocaine in there, maybe there's some heroin to level everything out. What the fuck is going on? Cocaine was not the only drug at that the U.S. Secret Service discovered in the White House, according to an agency spokesperson who said that marijuana had been discovered in the building twice in 2022. Fucking, of course. Per the Secret Service, uniformed division, small amounts of marijuana were found on 2 occasions in 2022, June and September. So over a year ago, and then 10 months ago. And this is the first time we're hearing about this. Okay. They added, no one was arrested in these incidents because the weight of marijuana confiscated did not meet the legal threshold for federal charges or DC misdemeanor criminal charges. See, of course. And the only reason that we're not getting to the bottom of this investigation with the cocaine is because, it was less than a gram, I think. Nobody can see it and nobody can check it. We're not even going to bother digging into it, so don't worry about it. According to federal law, possession of any amount of marijuana, even for personal use, is a Class A misdemeanor. Yeah, but we can't file like a felony charge. But can you go after a misdemeanor? What if this was one of the Trump kids? Oh yeah, right. They'd already be in the gallows. What? And carries a penalty of up to a year in jail or a $1,000 fine. I don't know if those are equal. I think a year of your time is worth a little bit more than $1,000. I think you'd pay the fine. The discovery that marijuana had been found on the White House came after earlier findings revealed that cocaine had been discovered in the high security wing of the building. On July 5th, Secret Service revealed that agents had uncovered a white powdery substance in the White House. Well, of course, man. Oh yeah, and then just to follow up on Congress, okay, yeah, and once again, just showing that Kevin McCarthy is a fucking blowhard and nothing else. It just needs another campaign slogan. We'll go after the Bidens this time. No, you won't. Shut the fuck up. God, the GOP is fucking useless. Following a closed-door meeting, the House-sensitive, compartmented, the SCIF, fuck off, and Nancy Mace, Ta-da, that's why I called her a bitch. I didn't even know about this. Said she didn't think a congressional probe into the matter was likely. Well, of course not. Why would you want to do your job? I don't see the investigation moving forward in any way, shape, or form after this. No, exactly. Hunter's just going to continue to bring in his drugs unabated, and we're just going to stand there and go, oh, the Bidens are all criminals. Make sure you vote for us next time around. Several lawmakers responded to the closure of the investigation with frustration. Senator Chuck Grassley, good man, very disappointed in the Secret Service. Ron Johnson, another good one, and another one. An outspoken critic of the Biden crime family, administration, who is accused of partisanship against conservatives, called the announcement beyond unbelievable. They told us they don't know who it is. Representative Tim Burchett, told reporters on Capitol Hill. Mr. Burchett said it's bogus that the Secret Service wouldn't be able to identify the suspect, given all the security technology that's deployed at the White House and the fact that the visitors are screened quite closely. It's a complete failure. Mr. Burchett continued. The thing is ridiculous. It's goddamn ridiculous. It's a pretty good diversion. A lot of people are upset by this, he added. Well, yeah, of course, man. Hey, look at, cocaine at the White House. Meanwhile, at the same time, what's Biden doing in the background? Well, I'm sure we're going to be hearing about that very, very shortly. So, with all that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.